finally tonight, from the interview stakes, but you can keep your emails for the heavyweights coming. Finally tonight, for your pleasure, a true campaigner, a warrior of the road. 8 years and 19 defeats from his 35 fights. But stats are totally meaningless, trust me. This kid is a top little fighter whenever the stakes are even or even close to even. He beat Curtis Woodhouse over 8 rounds a few days ago. He wasn't meant to, let's not mince our words. You know, it's a massive pleasure to welcome to the show Bermondsey's the Connemara kid, Peter McDonagh. Peter.
How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic, Pete. Now, it's interesting when I describe you, because I'm not going to say journeyman. I'm not going to say a guy that's a good loser. I mean, basically, Pete, you take fights that are less than 50-50. You end up going the distance, pushing people. You're never going to get... You're never ever going to get a decision, a tight decision somewhere odd, are you? Pete, did when you turned pro, you won your first 3. Did you think you were going to end up being in so many fights where you were the underdog?
Yeah, well, you know, that's the way I think I've learned me trade, and now I think it's time, you know, that I can prevail and I can move on. Obviously, I've just been got a phone call this week from Frank Warren, and we've got a big fight in the pipeline. I'm very excited about it. I can't say too much at the moment.
In December?
It's December, so... You know, hopefully if this comes off and I go and turn another Frank Warren fighter over, then I should get an opportunity at a big, massive title fight, you know? Well,
listen, Pete, that's the sort of thing that I can't respect with you. I'm going to guess what it is, but I'm not going to announce it on air. I don't want to, you know, let people do a little bit of guessing who it is you might be fighting. But, you know, you think about it, a couple of fights, you know, the fight before you fought Curtis Woodhouse, you fought Alex Arthur, one of Frank's favourites, who's being groomed to get a world title. Then you were over in Italy against a guy that had lost 1 in 29, and a month before that you were over in France against a guy who'd lost 1 in 20. Now you lost both of those on points on an even playing field. Could you have beaten both of those guys?
Without a doubt. I mean, even they won't have me back there in Italy, you know, because every time I've been there, I've caused trouble. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, whatever you say about my career or you say about my record and what people say about me as a puncher, people say I'm not a puncher. But name me one fighter. I mean, even with Frankie Gavin this week, turning around the boxing news saying I'm not a puncher. Well, he run for 6 rounds, so I must have been out of punch a little bit. You know?
No, listen, you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, when people talk about you not being out of punch, I mean, I'm amazed when people say that. But because if you're in matches where, you know, the odds are against you, of course you're not going to be knocking people over. And yet you get in fights like some of the bums that we feed some of our heavyweights. You'd beat some of them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but listen, Steve. You know as well, right? I'm not going to mention no names because I don't slag no fighters off. And this
I appreciate that.
Games in our game, right? But let me tell you something. We know, right? Let's talk about prime example. We've had a few people fight for world titles lately, or so-called world titles. There's 5 million of them now, right? But let's talk about a few of them, right? They get in there, they froze. They was 29-0. How the fuck can they freeze? You know?
Yeah. Pete, just watch your language a little bit there, mate. No, that's okay. I know you didn't mean it, and I'll apologise to the people listening. So don't worry. I've apologised, and I know. Listen, Pete, I know I'm not going to cut you off, mate, because I know you're a good man.
Yeah, so, how can you freeze? How can you freeze after 29 fights? I mean, that's where you should have learned your trade. But the problem is, these people ain't boxing anyone, Steve.
No, I know that, and that is half the problem. If you have easy fights, what you're going to do? Listen, stay on the line. Just got to read a text now. Hiya, Bunty, how you doing? Walsh's fight last week. Did he win? Regards, Billy Boy. What do you think? I think so. What do you reckon? Yeah, exactly. Thanks for that, indeed. Keep the emails, keep the texts coming in. Peter, let me ask you this, just finally. When will you be able to announce this big December fight?
Well, next Thursday on your show.
Right, Pete, you've got a slot of 5 to 9 next Thursday. Peter McDonagh, it's an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thanks very much, Peter.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, mate.